Is it hard to believe you've been here 4 years?
Well, I'm starting my fourth year.
Starting your fourth, well, going in your fourth season, but the off season kind of counts, so you give me grief all the time.
That's because I got love. I would say this: I love it here. My wife loves it here. It's a beautiful place to live, and when we first got here, we really lived here because we had to stay in our house for like 6 months. You know what I mean? So we really love Richmond. It's a community that's embraced us, and I don't see any future without Richmond in it at this point.
You've gotten better each year you have been here as head coach, and last year, so much great things were accomplished. But knowing you want more. You want more, and what have you been telling the guys this year about fourth year accomplishing more than what you did last year?
Yeah, it's really twofold. I mean, there's a business side of the whole club, and we can talk about that too. And then there's the soccer side. We won a regular season, which is great. We put a trophy in the trophy case, but we didn't finish the sandwich, right? Put the mayonnaise on there, put the bologna on there, we couldn't eat it. So now we have aspirations of doing that. The goal is always to win, but it's also to be better at how we do it. Our brand of football this year will be better than it's been in the past, so the guys are really excited about that. But we also had 6,000 fans out of the last couple of games last year. We want this whole stadium packed. We want the whole community to come, not just to watch soccer games, but to sit and converse and talk. I mean, the amount of stuff that has happened in the 4 years since I've been here in this world, this is a great place to come talk about it, man. We got 13 different countries represented on our team this year. That's a diverse group of people that can talk about more than just soccer, and you can affect change.
When you mentioned about you want a different brand of play this year, have you seen that through the exhibition, and what have you liked about this group so far, gelling together before the season opened?
The culture here is intact. It took 3 years to build a really winning culture here. It's easier to get there and harder to maintain for sure, but it's a good group of character guys. In regards to the brand, we're playing a good brand of football. Now, with the CBA and a little bit shorter rosters and these different things that have happened this year, it's going to be interesting with Open Cup and having to stretch this roster out like a piece of Laffy Taffy, but I think the guys are up for it.
All right. So this year, you guys made 4 academy signings, 2 returning from last year's roster. How are you expected to embed them into the roster this year? How many minutes are you expecting them to play? What are their roles looking to be?
With each of the 4 academy guys, we wouldn't bring them here if we didn't think they could play. I think that's a waste of time. The beauty is we've got Mika now in charge of the academy system here, which is something first that's happened here. It's the first time ever, which means that we can influence that. So over the next 3 years, I think you're going to see huge changes in terms of the local kids affecting the team, and that's the point, right? If they're good enough, they're old enough. So our job is to get them up to speed and get them playing. And again, they wouldn't be here if we didn't think they could play.
So you mentioned earlier about how there's new tweaks in the system and everything like that. Can you just speak about what some of those new tweaks are so fans can kind of see what they look like?
Well, I would just say that you're going to see more colorful football.
Okay. All right. And lastly for me, Neil Azaka is still in the midfield, the anchors of that midfield. Who will be that third piece in there with them? And what are you expecting from that player in that role?
Well, I'll tell you that there's a lot of competition right now. Chandler O'Dwyer's come into camp and done great. Joel Gomero is a great addition. And Justin Suko just needed somebody that believed in him. He's a good soccer player, and he's looked really good in camp. So Gabe Cox is fighting in there, and we got some other wrinkles coming.
All right, I'm good.
I got one more. I'll let Matt ask a couple more. You mentioned about the culture. You see a lot of the returning guys coming back and signing a multi-year deal to return to Richmond. Other guys could have gone elsewhere. How proud of you on how you have built the culture to this point where guys feel like Richmond is a home for them and they want to play for the badge and want to play for the city, something like that?
We're all super grateful to coach and play soccer for a living. There's just no question, right? But when you go smiling going into work and smiling going out every day, it's a lot better than going and working a job that you don't want to work at, man. We've all been there. A lot of our guys, including Emmy, were offered a lot of money. There's some teams in our league that are paying a lot of money. Congratulations to them. That's not our situation. But your standard of life for you, yourself, and your family, the guys know what it is here. They wanted to come back. And the multi-year thing is they want stability, and they want to be able to build something that they can look at 20, 30 years down the road and say, man, it was a time of my life. I think we have that, and we've got some good characters.
So, you got Kharlton, you're back from, VCU. He was born and raised here, and you have other players from VCU as well. So tell me a little bit about that relationship that you guys have with those players that, went to VCU and are coming back to Richmond.
Yeah, it's, we want local kids to play in our program, right? So the younger guys, the academy signings are a huge piece of that. We want them to represent. If you had a team of all Richmond guys, it'd be brilliant. VCU does a great job of bringing all kinds of players in from around the country, in the world for that matter. So we want the best guys to stay local. They've lived here for 4 years. If they can stay, it's helpful. Simon's had a really good year last year. Belmar wanted to come back. We're happy to have him, and I think you'll see more influence from VCU coming forward.
So, you kind of lost some great players from last year with Johnny and Simon and all of that, but, how are these new players stepping up to the plate, and even returners stepping up to the plate to fill in the gaps that they left behind?
Well, first, we're really happy for Johnny, Ethan, and Stuart. They're taking a chance in MLS. I mean, they get a chance to try to chase the big time, and for them, that's something that we want to do here, so congratulations to them. And then we grabbed Michael Hornsby from Central Valley. He's a very good left back. It's a good replacement there. Simon Fitch has been very good, and we grabbed Jake Meacham, who's a young player from Denver who fits the mold at outside back. It's going to be hard. Johnny had a really big year last year, but we have guys like Bentley and Belmar coming back that they're good. Owen Gordon's going to make a dent, and having Emiliano Terzaghi around doesn't hurt either.
Cool.
What's up, guys?
Can you say and spell your first and last name?
Yes, I'm Nathan Aune, Nathan Aune.
Position?
I play center back.
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. So far, you've been in the team now for 3 years, and now you're kind of solidified as being that starting center back. Just speaking for you personally, how proud do you feel of yourself knowing where you started off in USL League One to now at this moment?
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I've always, I'm the same player that I've been coming in 3 years ago. The opportunity's a little different, but I'm just ready for the opportunity. I'm more so proud of the roles that I've played outside of being a starting center back. I was always ready to be a starting center back. So yeah, it should be a good year, but I'm treating it not much different than I've treated the other years.
And fans can assume that you and Dakota are going to be partnering in that center back tandem. What can we expect from you and Dakota back there?
Yeah, me and Dak, we've built a good relationship, which is very important for center backs. I think we play similar. It may look a little different because I'm a little bigger than he is, but yeah, we both want to get on the ball. We both cover each other. We're definitely not afraid of a challenge, and just looking to lead from the back and have a good year.
And lastly, for me, Charlotte has some dangerous attackers. You just re-signed Dane Kelly, Trevor Mbuyu, and Kobe Bryant. How are you guys defensively looking to shut them down and kind of frustrate them and slow them down? Yeah,
look, they got a lot of good attacking players, but the whole league's got a lot of good attacking players. Every week you could go through and say they've got this player or this player. We got to just do our thing. If we can get on the ball and keep the ball, it's going to be an away game. They got pace. We're just going to get in there and do what we can.
Yeah, how many times do we expect to see you kind of walk the ball up like you do normally in games?
Yeah, it just depends, what type of style the other team's playing. If they're dropped off, we're going to try to get into the offense quicker. But, if they're pressing, we're going to try to play straight through that as well. Get the guys on the ball that we want on the ball.
Yeah.
Going through the exhibition season, what do you like about this team? What gets you excited about the potential of this year's group?
Yeah, super similar to last year. We've just got a great culture here. A lot of players that want to be in Richmond. We do things a little differently than other clubs, and there's some things that are different. We play at a city stadium. We're a long-running club, but there's something special here. And going through preseason, the new guys coming in, we've got a lot of returners. The new guys got right up to speed. We got a smaller squad, so it's just to go into war, go into battle with our guys. If everybody's on the same mission, that's what we've been preaching. It's going to be a great year. And through the preseason, we played some professional teams, some college teams, and just each game we try to build on that, try to get rid of mistakes and build on who we want to be and our identity. And I think we've got good goals and a good identity, so it's going to be exciting.
You got a good nucleus of returning veterans, some new guys. What does that say about the organization when you see a lot of the veterans who could have gone elsewhere decided to come here, especially maybe, multi-year deal, wanting to be back here in Richmond?
The back.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a testament to Richmond, the Kickers as a whole, to Darren, what he's built here. For me, I've been to a couple different places. Richmond's my favorite city, so shout out to Richmond for that. We've got great fans, and the club's got, you're playing for something. I'm playing for the badge, and I feel that when I go to battle, go to play every day, that I'm playing for something bigger than the club. I'm playing for the city, and that's awesome. And ultimately, you see that when people want to come back to a club. I wanted to come back to a club. Other people could have gone elsewhere. They want to come back to this because it feels like something more than what other clubs are offering.
You're the defending regular season champs. You guys accomplished a lot last year, but I get the sense you're not satisfied with just being what you did last year. You want more. You want the title. How much has that been talked about this offseason about not settling on what we did a year ago?
Right. I don't think anybody's settling on what we did because that last game hurt, and it still hurts. We obviously, it's American soccer. You want to lift the final trophy, and that's the playoff trophy. So I don't think anybody's going to be settling on last year. It's a new team. It's a new struggle. I think our biggest thing is we want to talk about winning the championship, but there's a lot of things that go into that. We just got to go and play Charlotte on Saturday.
So, what is something that fans can expect this season coming in, seeing this new group mixed with not only veteran players from last year, but also new players?
Yeah, fans can. I mean, we're gonna try to play an exciting brand of football, and we're going to try to get on the ball and really create a lot of chances, score a lot of goals, and hopefully be sound on defense. But I can promise you that we're going to play hard every single game. We're going to work hard.
That's good. I'll say good. Thanks.
All right, Kharlton. So, welcome to your first season back in Richmond. Tell me, how does it feel to be back in your old stomping grounds?
It feels amazing. It's like a big full circle moment for me. Starting here, playing college ball and everything like that, and initially realizing my dream to go pro by getting drafted. I remember sitting on the couch on Cary Street when my teammates' old houses watching this draft and get drafted, and now coming back here as a veteran is really amazing.
Yeah. So, what kind of experience are you hoping to bring to the Kickers this year, being part of this team with Emi Trezagi and Akira?
Yeah, no, these guys have already accomplished a lot. Last year they had a great season, winning the regular season. I'm hoping that I can just come here and just add that final piece, and so we're lifting the real thing at the end. So, I just want to add that little push over the edge to get the job done.
You come back to this team as a veteran attacker. How are you going to use your experience to try to help some of the younger attackers feel more comfortable in their role?
I mean, if I look at my own game, I try to play with a little bit more composure and a little bit more quality in my final product. So, just hoping just to be, a good example for them and someone to just bounce ideas off of and hopefully just, bring that cohesion between everybody so we're all on the same page.
First game's against Charlotte this Saturday. How are you looking to attack their defense that was known to have a couple of holes in it?
Yeah, no, you said that's exactly what we're trying to exploit. We've been working all preseason on that fluidity between all of us guys up top, and I think that we're hitting all the right cylinders at the right time to make sure that we can go and exploit those holes in their defense.
And just last question, how would you explain your game? Are you more of a winger that like to have his heels on the touchline, or are you more in between those in-between spaces?
I'd like to consider myself versatile in that way. Like I try and mix it up. I think I was a lot more of a runner in my younger days, but I think as the years have gone on, slowed down a little bit. Maybe still got a lot. I'm not going to discredit myself. Still got plenty of speed in the wheels, but no, I like to try and mix it up. Get the touchline, cut inside, shoot. I like to score goals, and that's what I hopefully want to bring here at the end of the day.
All right, thank you.
Having gone through the preseason or the exhibition, what do you like about this group this year?
There's a lot of things. I think in the pro game you can't really run into too many groups that have this family environment, and that's something that I've witnessed since day one. You know, obviously just knowing a couple guys from college and stuff like that, but everybody else has just been super welcoming, and it's really family oriented, which kind of, you know, gives you that extra motivation to want to work harder on the field for each other, and then at the end of the day have the collective goal of winning. And that's really hard to find sometimes when you're constantly bouncing around different teams and stuff like that. So, you know, it's been nice to come back to that, and just being in an environment where everybody wants the same thing has been great.
Playing for Darren so far, what do you like?
You know, he keeps me honest at the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, I've been around a little bit, but you know, I still do have habits that creep out sometimes, and he's been staying on me, trying to make sure that, you know, I get those out of the game and continue to help the team in all ways possible.
This crowd here at City Stadium has provided a huge home field advantage for this organization. From afar, what is it about the crowd, you know, Kickers Nation, Red Nation, that gives them that edge, and what do you hope it will bring for you personally this season as a kicker?
Yeah, I think the crowds always play a big part in you know, a team's success at the end of the day. I remember watching the playoff game in the locker room before our playoff game last year, and just remember seeing, you know, a packed out City Stadium, and I personally haven't seen that in many years. So, you know, that was awesome to see, and you can tell that, you know, something's going on in the community where people are getting behind it again, and that's showing in the quality that the guys put on the field last year. So I'm hoping that we can continue that momentum and come back out this year, pack the stands, put some balls in the back of the net in front of the home crowd, and also bring home some wins.
I got one more. So much they accomplished last season. Regular season champs, got a home playoff match last year. What has been the talk amongst the guys about surpassing what they accomplished last year?
Yeah, I think everybody, from what I've heard, is everyone's disappointed with, you know, obviously falling short last year with everything they accomplished during the year. You know, and all the talk has been about, you know, trying to get to that final at the end of the day, because, you know, you can win the regular season, but at the end of the day, you don't win the big one, and that's what it's all about. And so, you know, everyone's been really motivated to come back and try and build off of what happened last year, and obviously we added some new pieces to the group to hopefully get that extra push.
Excellent.
Awesome.